Hi guys, welcome back to another Fallout building episode here with me in the Commonwealth. And with me today I've got Gibbons back again.
Hello!
We're here for another settlement tour. Now today I've got something a little bit special. We're actually going to be touring here at the Murkwater Construction Site.
So before we go in, now I know our last railroad secret training base tour was obviously railroad centric. Have we gone away from the railroad this time? Have we gone to a different faction? Are we factionless?
We're more or less factionless. So you'll sort of see when we get there, but the general theme for this settlement is very much sort of like scum and villainy. So it's not a raider settlement. It is very much sort of like Commonwealth friendly.
So it's a Commonwealth friendly wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Yes. You know, you imagine places that are just like a collection of survivors and settlers, a bit like Good Neighbour. It's got a very Good Neighbour sort of vibe.
Very sort of, yeah.
It's not exactly friendly, but it's also not hostile.
It's not actively hostile.
Yeah. So we're going to approach from afar because it does have a bit of a striking.
It's got a bit of a look to it.
It's a little bit imposing.
So do we have a name for this? And obviously it's built at Murkwater Construction.
We do. This is Murkwater Boneyard.
Murkwater Boneyard. Okay,
And,
let's see the boneyard.
You'll see why.
That is somewhat bonish.
A little bit.
You know, I could have guessed the name.
This is Murkwater Boneyard. Now,
I love the desolate look you get. Just walking through those reeds there, so desolate. So boneyard.
this is the remains of some giant rad monster. Some great creature of the wastes which has perished in the last 100 years.
So I would not want to fight one of those.
No, that was a very, very big rat. Been repurposed and now lived in for Murkwater Boneyard.
I have a feeling that it's a little bit Mad Max Thunderdome-y. I do like the Yao Guai up there.
You're on the right lines.
Yeah, is this sort of Thunderdome, or is it sort of gladiatorial pit, maybe?
So yeah, so it's not so much a gladiatorial pit as it's more sort of like betting and gambling because it's an animal fighting pit.
Okay.
So the various settlers that are wandering around here include the bar staff, the betting staff, the owner, and then a selection of patrons.
So we've got some punters in.
Yeah, we have some punters in.
Now I have to ask the question because is Kate here? Yes.
Kate is here.
Kate is here. Well, I mean, I would expect her to be here. You know.
Kate is here and she loves it. This is one of her favourite spots.
I can believe that. You know, particularly obviously because she's had this quite harsh time in the combat zone. This time she gets all the sort of the thrills and
she gets
spills of the combat zone, but she's not the one at risk.
Rain is soaking right through me clothes.
So yeah, so I've got built here a few stalls around the pit.
Yeah, a little bit of vendor action. I can see that.
So we've got benches, stalls. Like I said, the Yao Guai and the sign.
I do like the Yao Guai up on the side.
We do have a guard post.
Yeah,
So
I can see why this
the
would be a bit of a rich target.
Yeah, we do have one hired gun who hangs out and is like, you know, bodyguard of the bouncer.
So I have a question here. Does our owner have a name?
No. I've never come up with one.
Okay,
alright.
There you go. There's some workings for next time.
Nothing's more sad.
The owner of this, I'm trying to think of some sort of, you know, scummish character name.
Oh, we've got someone down in the bar.
No, he's actually a barman. Well, while we're naming your patron.
So this is the Skull Cap Bar.
The Skull Cap Bar.
As we are directly beneath
under
the
skull.
It's built, the bar is
so
built
the
under
roof
skull
of the bar is under the skull of the beast. I like that.
So it again, getting the space to work. So it looks really cool when you look the ribs.
I might have thought of a proprietor.
A proprietor?
A proprietor. Could we have a Mr. Dibbler?
Yes.
We could have a Mr. Dibbler.
We will have a Mr. Dibbler.
I
just
think
make sure you don't eat the pies.
You don't eat the pies.
Yeah, we're going to have Dibbler. Dibbler is about I also deliberately left one hole in the
Yeah, so
ceiling
that's the an eye socket, is it? Or no, it's more the bottom of the neck, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just some parting in the skull thing, but I like how it's actually like viewing.
I do like the way. I mean, obviously, I've spent quite a lot of time with Fallout, not quite as much as you. I get really impressed by some of the little background details. I mean, obviously, the set dressing you do is great, and it is very.
But it looks nice.
It is.
It gives it a sense of reality.
Yes, it's a sense of reality in such an unreal world. I love the menu.
We've got the menu.
We've got a price list.
And we have refreshments this way.
And bar.
It's general food and drink.
It is. It's
Catch of the day, which is probably caught in the pit.
To be fair, 5 caps for a Gwynedd Ale. I've seen worse prices than that.
So we've got the main entrance has the guard post and like the low tier stalls for viewing.
Yeah. She's a woman of the people.
We do then also have this is the betting house. This is where you place your bets. So we've got our signs. So we've got Battle Zone and Games.
Battle Zone and Games, yeah, I like that. That's good signage.
So in the betting house, this is actually our hired gun. This is not a patron. This is our particular guard.
He does look like a pretty mean guy.
He is the bouncer. He's the guy who keeps everyone in check.
Does he have a death sentence in 12 systems?
Probably. Maybe even 30.
Maybe even 30.
But yeah, he's.
Isn't that something?
The slots are working.
Well, gambling
should
is
be working. But they are powered and
they are there. Yeah.
Yep. So we interrupted it again, but we do have our betting board.
Tonight's odds: the mutant round, the mole rat, and just the Undertaker.
You may notice the odds on the
Undertaker are evens.
Because he doesn't lose.
No, the death always collects.
But yeah, so we've got a desk where we do have our accountant around somewhere. Who I feel what should we call him? I can't call him veterinary because we can't.
No, we can't.
We can't have veterinary working under.
No, we can't have anyone working under.
Nobs.
It's got to be Nobby. Yeah.
We'll have Nobby the accountant. But look, we've got a big sign for tickets. So this is where you fill out your bets to get your paper.
Yeah, so your betting slips are here.
Yeah, we've got obviously all the records and everything we keep on them.
Yeah.
Stibbler is very particular about his bets.
He does run a very narrow profit margin.
So we have safe and cap stashes, place bets and everything.
Yeah.
Your made up bets, your house bets.
Yeah.
Yourself. And so we do have the slots, and we have this is like the public space.
There is a little bit to it. No. I have a feeling, knowing you and knowing I've seen the floor above this, is there a more exclusive area to this place?
There is an exclusive area it is the staff area.
Oh, I
so
see.
this behind the secure door, so we've got the
employees only restricted area. Keep out, yeah.
So this is where all the monies are collected.
So this is the counting house.
So this, if I'd had the frame rate left and the space to do it, I was actually going to put like a big everyone wins, everyone loses sign above and below it.
Oh, so you could flick between everyone wins, everyone loses.
Yeah, so they're clearly rigged.
Yeah.
But no, so this is the private area up top for the few staff that dibble. Just sitting and chilling out. Which, by the way, I was so impressed by how well the building structure actually builds around like this.
Huh. I honestly thought that was just a wooden strut until you did that. That's excellent.
It's built so well.
That is
the layout.
Yeah. Good planning, fortunate. I like it.
So you this balcony end. Into the
Murk. It does feel a bit high roller-ish. If you've got your high roller, come to our VIP area. Because this is the wasteland. I think with a seat with cushions in it's pretty VIP.
The money gets brought the sorting room.
That's the kind of money I was expecting. Security is your duty.
Yep. The staff have to sleep. This is where they
you've got to look after the stuff.
Go keep out the way. We've got our many safe. And if I'd had the FPS space before everything started crashing on me, I was gonna have the money sorting here.
Oh, so piles of money
and caps and stuff, and there were gonna be staff staff sorting through the money.
You know how when we go and play games now, we change actual paper money for tokens.
Yeah.
I think when they get here, they have to change bottle caps for pre-war money. sort of the opposite way around.
But this is where the money's all stored and kept and planned image. So yeah, it's like public facing on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Top floor.
Yeah.
So we've got. So this is like the other bottom floor of the viewing.
Bones to break.
So more wooden chair, more crate chairs and stuff. For people
I like
around.
the danger falling materials. It feels like the splash zone at SeaWorld.
Yeah,
just
people coming stuff
chunkier.
from above. Hey, people, we have audience participation in case people want to get involved in the fights. They can throw stuff in.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd like to open that door.
Maybe
Maybe
for
for
a bit more risque viewers.
Yeah, maybe for the mole rats that'd be okay. Mole rats haven't had a great standing lead.
So you'll notice in here though there are protective measures for any use in there. We've got barbed wire on the edges. We've got the blade saw traps.
I know Dibbler, and more importantly, I know you. You'll rub a deathclaw in there. And that barbed wire is not going to slow him down.
Well, you may notice that the cage is labelled Undertaker. Did everybody the odds?
Yes. Yes, I really want to see that cage open.
Whereas the other ones are mutant animals,
Mole rats,
and
yeah.
so on.
Yeah.
And we have some tempting treats.
There are some tempting treats.
To keep them occupied. So there's a few different access points to the combat bit. So this is the audience participation one. Where,
So this is the cheap seats.
These are the cheap seats, so viewers can throw stuff into the cage.
They're close to the slots.
Roaches,
And close to the guard in case they get a bit raucous.
We do have the restricted area, which is where all the various animals are released. So all these cages are powered by all these.
Now,
flip any of these, including the master switch, so they can all turn off at once.
Unleash the hounds, as it
Unleash
were.
all of them.
Do you know which one they are, or are they labelled?
Is that Dibbler?
That certainly looks like Dibbler
That's
to me.
Dibbler.
Yeah.
He's here. He's making sure everything's ready for the fights. Look, so you've got your maintenance hatch in here.
So we again have access to our. Back up.
Yeah. So again, you can access the
So the rear of the cages here.
without having to actually go.
Easy living.
I would not like to be on the business end of any of these cages on basic principle.
He's the guy that runs this place.
And obviously the machinery there, a bit of a maintenance area there.
It's this little shack that the workshop building was in.
I see.
So I turned it into the storage space for the animals.
The
where
storage
all the
space for
cages
animals
are kept.
and the sort of the maintenance area. I like it.
And I kept the forklift in. So, because the forklift is immediately outside this.
That is actually.
It's so appropriate.
That is a muse speaking to you. I like that.
So, beware falling materials. Keep hands out of the cage. This is the combat zone.
Yeah, it's worked together quite well there. So is that the ground floor? Is that are we?
There's a bit more to the ground floor.
Let's go. Let's see the rest then.
So underneath the other cheap seats. So back here we've got the cages where other particular new finds.
So if we've got some specialist stuff in there. I noticed we haven't got rad scorpions by default.
No, because again, I didn't want to just load it up with we've got millions of death claws. I want it to be kept as the things that they can get in on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah, so
mostly mole rats, mutant
So,
hounds,
we might have a space for the
old Yao guy.
Yao guy, or a rad scorpion itself, or.
But we've got. Did you notice that Kate was stood by one of these?
Yes, or one of these packing trolleys. Yeah,
packing trolleys. That's obviously carrying off the dead carcasses.
Yeah, all the dead carcasses, which may or may not appear on the menu in the bar.
Yes, if it's fit for human consumption, that's where it'll go. If not,
everything's fit for human. Enough sauce.
So there are some more viewing galleries up here. So we've got the cheap seats.
So we've got the now let's go a bit theatre with this, a little bit theatrical. So we've got the stalls. So what is it? Is it dress circle next?
I think dress circle's next.
I think dress circle's next.
So up here, where we actually have some patrons hanging out.
Well, only the best up here, obviously. And we actually have some theatre seating.
We have stadium seating.
Stadium seating, yeah.
So everyone can get their best view of the pits.
That is a good view.
So yeah, this is like these are the main seats where we want to try and get people.
This is where you want people. You've got to have some space for the plebs.
We've got a few interesting patrons who come by. The sort of scum and villainy of the wasteland.
That anyone with a bandana over their mouth, and not to be too judgmental here, is pretty much scum and villainy. personified.
We've got our all that armoured guy,
Well, there's always a Billy Big Bollocks.
Mr. Scavenger.
It's
Bits
making
of armour fitting.
a bit cranky.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that around this edge as well, I also put in all these bar stools.
All these bar stools.
We do actually have the bar shelves.
We do have bar shelves here, so I mean, you know, those of you that have been to the theatre, you book your interval drinks, and they're waiting for you at your stalls.
If I'd had the space and the memory, I was going to put bottles of beer along there.
Yeah,
and so on.
that's a very traditional thing. I do like the theatre feel here.
We do also have on the fly bets. So
Well, you've always, you've got to get the people to spend money.
yeah, so you go place your big bets for the evening in the booking office, but we do have the small bets that are made on the side.
Well,
live bets as things are
a
happening.
couple of side bets. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I still like the fact we can still see our Yao Guai on the sign.
We've got the bells and the sirens to signal the starts of the round.
It starts with the rounds. Yeah.
So we sort of have like this is where probably where Dibbler would be.
Yes,
bets
yeah.
and,
He's going to be taking bets from the. If he's there, he's going to make these punters feel a little bit more special.
getting everyone involved and being a bit theatrical of it all.
Yeah.
Whereas his various maintenance men he has down in the shed,
Yeah, you've got to,
releasing everyone. And on the other side of the pit,
If you ain't been up,
we have like the feeding area. So
I see. So
we've
this
got loose meats and hangings and all sorts and stuff that can be sent.
Yeah, certainly where you throw the chum in. Chum for sharks, that sort of.
It's also one of the areas where challengers, if they want to take on the pits themselves, can be invited.
Yeah, I noticed they can
To
leap
to the
in.
fray.
It's not necessarily easy for them to get back out.
No.
So you've got to be pretty determined to go in there.
You may also notice there are some submerged water spike traps
Yes,
down there.
yes, they could. So Yeah, is there a bladed trap down there? On
That's some bladed saws which are controlled in the warehouse.
In the warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's plenty of options for entertainment.
Yeah. Although obviously he's not totally ruled out the the combat zone of Kate's history. I do feel that it's a very possible option.
Yes. Although we could definitely bring in some challenges if they want, but it's sort of like it doesn't want to kill all his patrons. Basically.
No,
he's here to provide a service.
Yeah, I get the feeling he's trying to pitch it maybe a little bit higher than just basic blood sport.
But we do have the royal boxes.
Yeah, the boxes. Yeah, boxes.
Yeah, well, we certainly have the boxes. put it that
the
way.
very literal boxes. The Royal Circle. We're being reliably informed. The Royal Circle.
So just a little tidbit as we moved up here. These are the actual power lines for the
On
actual working.
Yeah, on pound. And I noticed that he's gone green.
Gone green?
Gone green. Wind turbines.
Nah, that's just the only way you can produce power here. There's just a big rock of a skeleton on it. He's not got much for energy.
Mr. Dibbler's a pretty enterprising man. I'm pretty sure he could have got a fusion generator up here if he wanted.
But we do have the obligatory safety preventative.
You've got to have a little
watching
bit
the
of
cages.
Yeah, watching the cages. Yeah.
You may also notice that there are actually ladders and gangplanks on the top of the cages.
I do like the way that we've gone. I haven't noticed your traditional pacification option of a mini nuke yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
But up here in the boxes. Now, this was very much one of the main features of the settlement I wanted. As it came to be now.
Go on then.
So, these are all suspended hanging boxes. Hanging
From the very skeleton that gives it its name.
Yeah. So, these, at this point, you'd be stepping onto them, are all sort of swinging about a little bit. So, you've got your sort of bit more secure box here. And I've got gangplanks like between all the gaps in them all, so they are connected, but they are also
and those gangplanks are obviously a little bit oversized, so there is room for a bit of sway here.
But these are the best viewing spots in the house.
I would think so. I mean, you've got the works there,
directly over the action, and you might not believe it, but there is a certain patron who loves this spot, and he keeps going back here all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There is a certain Minuteman of renown.
Oh, he's not here.
He is.
Does he have a job for us? A little quest.
You probably will do
Don't
when I
speak
go by,
to him.
no doubt. But so this cage, I love this one. Where it's almost like roof to floor window sort of thing. You're going straight over the pits here.
I can't help but notice you've perhaps unwittingly made a red light district.
Not so unwittingly. We have one of the few platforms that's actually built into the cliffside here.
I say you're going to need some support at some point.
Preston actually quite enjoys himself some It's not true blood sport, so he's okay with it. This is just
I mean, not
animal fighting.
Not for me to encourage violence against people, but can we throw him in?
Dibbler may have plans for him. Not now, Preston.
Oh,
not now.
There's a surprise.
If I'll let you can see it. Look how scenic that looks.
It is.
Like,
It is. I'm gonna say it is a very sort of. I don't want to say pretty area because obviously it's very barren, but
Now-
it's atmospheric.
Dibbler has a little bit of an ongoing joke here, and he often has some complimentary tickets he offers to certain patrons who get to go in the royal box.
In this particular,
Next particular. So you may notice.
I have noticed. I was going to leave that a little bit until we got in it. That's a trapdoor, isn't it?
That is a trapdoor.
That's a little mean, Dibbler. That's a little mean.
In case we need any, last minute unscheduled additions. But I really love how I've got there's clearly 1, 2, 3 tiers of viewing there.
You can see the tiers, yeah, that is very good.
All for this pit.
Yeah.
And it's all supported from the remains of the great skeleton.
From the boneyard. It's you can see where he got the
Which
name.
comes all the way down to the floor level where you get the skull.
You've got that one sort of continuous line going through your whole building.
This was very much the centrepiece of the settlement, and I'm so glad I got to notice it. Because obviously the skeleton and the cliff itself are placed there by me.
Yes, yeah. So I mean, you say you built you built from quite.
It's pretty much a flat.
Yeah, there's not really a lot here at all.
So anyone who wants to either again throw a few things to the fishes, as it were.
Yeah.
Can get involved. Anyone who wants to take their chances, or anyone who's simply very much misinformed.
Maybe they've won too much on the slots. The house always wins. As
the house does always win. And
I have a feeling you might get. No, I mean I don't think Dibbler's quite the. He's not the. Although he's a gambling man, I don't think he's the entirely honest or even legitimate source. I think maybe here let some sort of fellow entrepreneurs or bit of shady people bring their friends up there. Maybe if they need to have an accident. Yeah,
I'm sure he probably does do a little dealings with a good neighbour on the side.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
I imagine Hancock. That might be Hancock's.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, but this is the Hancock Suite.
But yeah, it's pretty imposing when you're down here and you're.
It is actually that. It looks a lot more terrifying. Let's be fair.
There is very much a deliberate plan for the red light.
Yeah, there is sort of no way out.
But yeah, so we'll show you up in the warehouse itself.
Oh yeah, because we have.
So this is obviously this is one of the other staff entrances. So up here we have this is pretty much like the workshop, the maintenance area where things are kept and used. Now this is also where we keep much of the supplies for the animals.
Okay, right, yes.
So this is where all the
is this by any chance going up towards our sort of?
This is where you approach the jumping off point.
The jumping off point. Yeah.
Yes, and unfortunately, not every challenger is back out of the cage.
I think perhaps there's quite a few that don't.
So Dibbler bin Dibbler does not want to let anything go to waste.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad you can't see that from the viewing galleries.
Which is very deliberate.
I think that would put people off.
It's like, no, the odds are in your favour. Honest, they are.
Yeah. I have a feeling that if you decide to challenge Mr. Dibbler's game, by the time you see that, you don't have much choice about going in.
So he's not a raider. He's not going around killing people for the sake of it. But anyone that happens to not make it out of the games, out of the pit, he is going to repurpose them.
I have, I think I always prefer raiders. They're a lot more honest about the fact they want to eat his kid. Dibbler's a little bit, a little bit sneaky.
In its own way, this again looks pretty imposing, really.
Get
involved.
Even if you decided you were going to jump in, by the time you stood there, I think I would be thinking.
We do have a few controls here, including.
So did you say this was for the pit traps?
Some of it, yeah. This is for the lights, so when it's.
Oh, you've got spotlights in the arena.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, when it's showtime, you can actually get everything highlighted up and it's going on. But additionally, we do also have the
if the action's not
okay, in case creatures are deciding to get engaged.
yeah, not get engaged, or there's a combatant that's won that you didn't.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, just a bit of blending.
So then back through. Obviously, it is a public facility. So there does need to be.
I did wonder what that staircase was for.
Yeah, so this is for the public, if somewhat run down.
Have you ever had to run up a flight of stairs when you really need a pee? Yeah. Dibbler's cruel from all aspects.
So it's not exactly the most privacy.
Although again, you are keeping to your sort of progressive theme of having unisex toilets. The bath's out of order. Really?
Just in case anyone wasn't aware.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
Yes, the bath is indeed out of order. And I'll show you when we do a walk around the outside, but these are actually over the settlement walls.
Oh, I can just see the edge of the wall underneath.
So the outhouses actually do just drop straight onto the outside of. It's probably. This is pretty much here to cover the smell.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be burning something a bit odorous.
Questionable, yeah. But it's not meant to be the nicest facilities in the world. This is just so that his various patrons aren't making a mess elsewhere.
It is one of those sort of establishment laws, isn't it? If you're serving food and drink, you've got to have toilets, so they have to be good.
I think that's another nice shot of the hanging.
That is nice. The traffic light and the glow there makes quite an interesting sort of little feature to it.
And then, so that's pretty much all the public space.
Okay, yeah.
You've got the pitch, you've got the stands, you've got the betting office, you've got the bar, and you even have the.
And we've seen obviously some of Dibbler's private spaces as well.
Like secure money and so on.
The secure money,
however,
and his drop zone.
There is also Dibbler's own personal space.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So that's just to let people know they are not
going the wrong way.
However, someone who was clearly not paying attention to that song is Preston.
I'm not surprised. Historically, in my Fallout games, it's usually Nick Valentine I find just sat everywhere. I don't know if you've experienced that, but he is a sitter.
So this is the perimeter.
Dibbler being a wealthy man, I noticed he's got a couple of cars there.
Oh yeah, he's going to have, some items prestige. Which, although Preston is currently taking the spot, this is Dibbler's own personal.
Hope you ain't here for me.
Another member of the.
I don't think his wrong way sign is being entirely effective. There's another patron in the corner. In fact, is that another patron?
No, that's actually that's Nobby.
Oh, that's Nobby.
That's our accountant.
He does have the accountant's visor.
Yeah, that's our accountant who's busy taking all the bets.
You can tell that he's an accountant and not security, given everybody's just wandered into Mr. Dibbler's living area here.
So this is Dibbler's own train car where he lives. Again, it's not a full sort of like Minuteman protected settlement or anything like that. It's sort of like scavengers living out.
I have a feeling he's going to have to be slipping Preston some caps on the side to let this one go.
Probably.
Although
that might be what he's here for.
Maybe
business transaction.
maybe he's here to collect on his racket. Interestingly, your Boneyard settlement has more to do with railways than your railroad training facility.
Yeah, it does actually. But yeah, so this is Dibbler's room.
That actually, to be fair, by wasteland standards, that's pretty plush.
Yeah, exactly. He's a guy in the wasteland. He's not got support behind him. From anyone like the Minute.
But he is making his own way there. I mean, that's not bad.
So he's got his own little safe. Food in. He's got a rifle up there just in case.
Yeah, well, a man's going to protect himself.
There's an actual bed. Also have
a little bit of an office space.
A little bit of an office space, so he has where he keeps his grudges and who owes him money. Keep track of that.
Why do I think the owed money is the slightly bigger file?
You mentioned it earlier.
The Sierra Madre. Well, isn't that interesting? I like that.
This is just his his stockpile of stuff,
and a little bit of a cooking area there. A little bit of a grill.
Cook his own food.
A little bit of the food.
This is very much sort of like this is the life that his profits buy him. by wasteland standards, like you say,
he's not doing bad here,
he's not
is he?
doing bad for himself.
And a man like Dibbler, I don't think he's ever going to move far from his business, is he? He's going to.
No, he wants to stay on the site, so. And obviously, Dibbler is not going to share the facility. On the side of your own private bathroom.
And actual porcelain as well.
Actual porcelain.
That is a mark of quality in this area, I feel.
And as would be the case for someone like Dibbler, who is probably rather paranoid.
There is a rear exit there.
There is also a rear exit directly out of he does have directly out of the settlement. He does have to go for a little bit of a jump.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a jump.
So that people can't climb up and get in.
Yeah, I almost wish the settlement was like maybe 6 foot further to the right, so he could jump into the water. But maybe throw his mattress out first.
Yeah,
I'd be trying to think of something like that.
That's why he has a duffel bag by the door.
Maybe
ready to go.
A bit of that's his go bag.
But when he's not thinking of hightailing out of.
So we have got a little area.
This is his little private spaces where just maintains.
His private place full of people that aren't him.
No, it's fine. These are like so this is where weapons and gear.
Yeah.
It needs a little bit of maintenance. This is actually the barkeep. This is the actual barkeep.
Oh, I see. I thought it was Kate come back to visit.
No, I do have a little thing across a lot of my settlements where I have Irish bowler hat, leather jacket wearing.
Yeah, I have noticed. I do notice you're quite thematic with hats.
It's like I have a chain of bars, so the local barkeep thing. A little bit armoured because.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, everybody's armoured in the wasteland.
There working away. And then for settlement's sake is
a little bit of food and there's a water pump there as well. So
and this is the
right, okay,
yeah. But yeah, that more or less. Yeah, I'd say by my standards, it's not a huge.
Hungry all the time.
No, it's not. It's certainly compared to your sort of your railroad secret training camp. This is almost barren, but this is very thematic. I love what you've done in terms of the theming of it.
I'm really pleased by how neatly it's all come together.
Yeah, it has come together very well. Particularly, that sort of the skeleton in the first room is very good.
I'm pleased that this all works how I wanted it to, and
the suspension is a nice touch. It's one of your attention to detail touches.
At a distance, the skeleton is very much like the eye candy. It's the thing which you see on the horizon.
It is, yeah.
But then it's not too dominating when you're actually in the
settlement. Yeah, that's it. Once you're in the boneyard, you forget. Well, you don't forget about that, but that's a lot less. I noticed you've been using this as a quick way down.
Oh yeah, I've been building the place, so I know all the quickest routes about.
I would hope you do.
That's. So yeah, thoughts overall?
I like Murkwater Boneyard. Not as busy as the secret railroad training facility, but I can see why. You are in a bit more of a desolate place. You are in the open world. I was pretty impressed actually. I like the theme. I like the way we go from stalls to dress circles to rail boxes. I like the behind the scenes stuff. I like Dibbler's little counting house. A little bit creeped out by both his indoor plumbing and the sort of the grisly spectacle in your little drop zone. That's a little grim, but Dibbler's a grim man.
I'm just pleased it came together how I wanted it to.
I think
she was able to get the hanging. And I'm sure I'll have more projects like this in the near future.
I look forward to them. I hope I can come and have a look at some more.
So yeah, guys, if you liked the video and you want to see more Fallout builds and anything similar to this, then don't forget to give it a like, subscribe. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.